Now, basically, wound is classified into two types: closed wound and open wounds. Closed wounds and open wounds. Now you see, this is incised wound. Means incised wound means when wound will be created by sharp edge instrument, sharp cutting instrument like blade, surgical blade. Then this is known as incised wound. देखिए, edges are very sharp. There is no any uneven edges is there in case of incised wound. But you see here in lacerated wound. In lacerated wound, you see edges are uneven. Edges are uneven. These are the basic differences. Torn मतलब फटा हुआ, you can say. Suppose if you are cutting a cloth by scissor, then what will happen? Sharp edge you will get. But if you are tearing the clothes, then what will happen? Uneven edges will be there, and that uneven type of edges is you will get in lacerated wound. Then this is important, penetrating wound. This is penetrating wound, and these are the penetrating wound mostly noticed. These are deep communicating wounds by any sharp things, chaku, knife, जो भी है. And most of the time it is communicated with any cavity like thorax, abdomen. तो कोई कैविटी से ट्रैकिया में घुस गया, इस तरह की कैविटी से हम पेनिट्रेटिंग वुंड में ये होता है, शार्प एजेस से हम अगर कांटे तो इसका कांटेक्ट दीज आर कम्युनिकेटेड विद एनी कैविटी, बॉडी कैविटी लाइक thorax, abdominal, etc. Now you see, this is perforating wound. Basically, perforating wounds are having two openings. One is in the cavity and one is in the entrances outside. Most of the time, these penetrating and perforating wounds are sometimes used synonymously. Sometimes these penetrating wounds and perforating wounds are used synonymously. कभी-कभी ऐसा भी होता है कि कंफ्यूज करेंगे आप, लेकिन कभी-कभी इसको दोनों को एक दूसरे के लिए हम यूज करते हैं. But this is mostly attached to cavity. This is also mostly attached to cavity. But this is ये देखिए, अगर परफोरेटिंग होगा तो कुछ इससे बाहर आएगा परफोरेशन की तरफ. ये दोनों को हम सिनोनिमसली यूज करते हैं. Now you see, this is puncture wound. Puncture wound means what? आपके पैर में कोई कांटी, कोई कील या एनिमल्स के पैर में कोई नेल गड़ गया. Then that particular wound is deep, and most of the time whatever nails and whatever keels will enter in your body, in your foots of the animal, it will carry some infection. It will carry some infection, and it will create this type of cellulitis. So this puncture wound is also having this. These wounds are having a small opening, but कम्युनिकेशन विल बी डीपर. ये अंदर तक होता है, काफी डीप तक होता है, एंड इसमें सेलुलाइटिस के चांसेस बहुत ज्यादा होता है कि ये इन्फेक्शन कैरी करता है. व्हाटएवर नेल्स एंड व्हाटएवर कील्स जो भी है आपके आप डालें इसमें जाएगा, नेल्स विल बी इंटर इनसाइड बॉडी एंड इट विल क्रिएट इन्फेक्शन. नाउ नेक्स्ट वन इज गनशॉट वुंड. इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग विद दिस गनशॉट वुंड इज it will have one entrance and one exit. Sometimes if suppose the animal is very heavy, then exit is not open. But at the entrance you will get some burn. जला हुआ कुछ चीज लगा होगा आपको कि कुछ जला हुआ है. This is the chief characteristics of this gunshot wound. कभी भी जब बुलेट शॉट इंजरी होगी तो वहां पे आपको चेरिंग आएगा, बर्निंग, जलता है कोई चीज जलाएंगे आप तो वहां बर्निंग आएगा, उस टाइप के ये Now abrasion. In case of abrasion, only superficial portion of skin is affected. No deeper wound is. आप गिरते हैं, कभी स्लिप करते हैं, whatever injury you will get in foot and that is known as abrasion. Bite wound, you know very well. These are also some you can say penetrating wound. You can say these are the but in bite wounds, in snake bite करेगा, कोई dog bite करेगा, you will get 2-3 point is there. टीथ का ही अगर आपको पॉइंट मिले, कोई एनिमल्स काटेगा तो डिफरेंट टीथ के, स्नेक काटेगा तो उसके फैंग के जो मिलते हैं डिफरेंट करके आपको एंट्री मिलेगा. बट इन केस ऑफ penetrating, you can say there is one entry is there. Now granulation wound, granulation. You see here. This is the granulation. Very, very pink. You will get pink tissue is muscles is there, and when you will touch it, it will bleed profusely. So this is the granulation wound, and this is a good sign of wound healing. When any wound is showing this type of tissue, then it means that wound is healing in a proper way. Now, aseptic wound. Aseptic wound is the wound created by surgery, by proper उसको साबुन से धोइए, स्प्रेड से धोइए, then you are cutting, you are putting incised wound is the aseptic wound. After some time, these aseptic wounds will become contaminated wound. Contaminated means some infection is chances of infection, some discharge you will notice. Contaminated हो जाता है. After a lag period of 6 to 8 hours, these contaminated wound becomes infected wound. If it is not treated properly and it is not suppose आपने systemic antibiotic या proper dressing नहीं किया, then after a lag period of 6 to 8 hours, these contaminated wound becomes infected wound. And septic wound, you know, severe inflammation is there, severe swelling is there, pus discharge is there, and cellulitis is there. Means this type of wound is infected with microorganism and severe cellulitis. You are clearly able to observe. So this type of wound is known as septic wound. These are the some superficial classification of these open wound. Now closed wound. Closed wound means क्या? खुला नहीं. Wound is there, but it is below skin. And in closed wound, contusion, bruise, and hematoma. These are the three classification. This contusion and this hematoma. Hematoma, you know very well what is hematoma. Accumulation of blood inside any cavity, either superficial or deep cavity में. So this is known as closed wound. Now symptom of wound: localized pain, bleeding, gapping of lips, सब लोग जानते हैं. Loss of function, if pain is there. Sometimes if nerves is also involved, then what will happen? There is chances of this paralysis is also there. Febrile disturbances is noticed mostly in case of septic wounds where severe sepsis is there, septicemia is there, and neuritis. Obviously, if nerve is there, involvement is there, then you will get neuritis, inflammation of nerve. Then this is the most important things. These are the factors affecting wound healing. There are local factor, systemic factor, medication. These are some factors which is responsible for this healing of the wound. First one is local factor, and under these are the tissue vascularity. Vascularity is very important. Blood supply is very important for the healing of the wound. If blood supply is disturbed, then what will happen? Nutrient supply will be hindered. And there is no proper phagocytosis there. जब blood cells ही नहीं जाएंगी तो wound healing के process इस तरीके से चलेगा. Blood is responsible for nutrient supply, phagocytosis, ये सब के लिए responsible होता है. Oxygenation even oxygenation. अगर इस तरह की चीजें नहीं होंगी, अगर blood supply, tissue vascularity will be hindered, then certainly there is problem in infection. You know, if infection will be there, then there is no, it is impossible for a wound to heal. So first you have to remove this infection, then you will think about for the healing of the wound. Topical medications. Some topical medications is responsible for delayed wound healing. So try to avoid that type of, I will discuss it later. Try to avoid that type of medication like steroids. If you are applying for long times, then it will. If you are going to apply local anesthetics, then these are also responsible for delay wound healing. So try to avoid these type of topical medications at the time of treatment of wound. And lavage and dressing, this is very important. lavage and dressing is very important. Suppose you are having a one septic wound or any wound, then if you are going to lavage that particular wound by normal saline, isotonic, normal saline is isotonic solution. If you are going to lavage this wound by using this isotonic normal saline, then this is very helpful. This will be very helpful to decrease the microbial load. So always whenever you are lavaging this, going for lavage of any type of wound, always use isotonic normal saline solution, sterile. Always remember, always use sterile isotonic normal solution for the lavaging. This is best solution because it will decrease microbial load. And then dressing. Dressing is also very important. Suppose you are going to apply non-adherent moist dressing over that particular wound, then it will trigger epithelialization. So always think about these things also. That which dressing is helpful for the epithelialization, epithelial healing, epithelialization. तो इस तरह की ड्रेसिंग को भी आपको ध्यान में रखना है. Presence of foreign body. If you are treating a wound and foreign body is there, then there is healing is hindered. Definitely healing will be hindered. First, we have to remove that particular foreign body, and then you will think about this wound. Obliteration of dead space. If there is dead space is there in between skin and muscles, then what will happen? Accumulation of serum and blood clot is there, and this is a good source of infection, and it will get that type of wound will never heal. So try to obliterate that dead space by inserting ceton, gauze जो हम डालते हैं, by टिंचर आयोडीन से डाल दिया आपने, बीटाडीन से डाल दिया, कोई भी एंटीबायोटिक से डाल दिया. So first of all, obliteration of that particular dead space is also important. Then ionizing radiation. Ionizing radiation is also not useful for this wound healing, because what is the role of this ionizing radiation? Why this ionizing radiation is harmful for wound healing? Because it will retard fibroblast formation and collagen synthesis. This is the two important things which is dangerous for by using this ionizing radiation. What is the role of ionizing radiation? Ionizing radiation is responsible for decreased fibroblast formation, retard fibroblast formation and collagen synthesis. अगर ये दो decrease होगी, definitely wound healing will be hindered. Now, movement and mutilation. For any wound healing, either it may be soft tissue wound is known as soft tissue injury is known as wound, as you know, and any breakage in the continuity of hard tissue is known as fracture. So even in both cases, restriction of movement, immobilization is very important. तो आपको immobilize आपको उस पोर्शन को करना है. Like that, in the same way, self mutilation is also very dangerous. If animal is able to cut that particular wound regularly, then healing will be retarded. Now these are systemic factors which plays very important role. Advanced age. What happens in advanced age? Why in advanced age wound healing is delayed? Because skin elasticity in advanced age is reduced. Then collagen replacement is also there. Skin elasticity क्यों लूज हो जाता है? Because collagen थोड़ा कम हो जाता है. And another factor is immunity. In old age, generally what happens? Immunity becomes low. So these are the two factors which is responsible for the delayed wound healing in advanced age. Now nutrition, nutrition is very important. Healthy diet is important for early wound healing. That's why in young age Nutrition is good, then wound healing is also good. Then protein. Role of protein is also important for the wound healing because protein is directly responsible for this collagen synthesis. So inclusion of this excessive protein in the patients which is having this healing process of the wound, then this play very important role. And hyperglycemia. Hyperglycemia is, आपने देखा होगा ग्लूकोज बढ़ गया, wound healing is delayed. So you have to at least you think about these factors also. Iron. Why iron is responsible for this delayed wound healing? Because iron is responsible for the transportation of oxygen. If low iron is there, then less transportation, less oxygen will be available to that particular area. That's why if animal is having low iron जिसमें कम है, then wound healing will be delayed because iron is responsible for transportation of oxygen. Then minerals like zinc and copper. So zinc deficiency generally responsible for epithelialization and granulation tissue formation. So even vitamin A is also responsible for this epithelialization. So आपको हमको ये nutritional factor, these are the systemic factor, हमको सोचना है. Vitamin C plays very important role for the formation of this intracellular cementing. That's why even immunity भी boost up करता है. And need for hydroxylation of this lysine and proline formation may be this vitamin C plays a very important role for the formation of this lysine and proline. So in this way, these factors are responsible, plays direct or indirect role for the wound healing. So please remember these factors at least and why these factors are responsible for how these factors are responsible for this delayed wound healing. Now medication is also very important. Medication, suppose you are using these anti-inflammatory drugs, corticosteroid for long times, then long-term use of these corticosteroids decrease this fibroblast formation, and in this way these causes delayed wound healing. Then corticosteroid इसलिए हम कहते हैं कि long terms में it will be harmful for the wound healing, any type of wound healing. So main fibroblast formation को hindered करता है and collagen synthesis. So try to avoid this corticosteroid for longer time. Then chemotherapeutic agent. Therapeutic agent is also responsible for delayed wound healing because it inhibits cell synthesis. Cell division को inhibit करता है. That's why use of chemotherapy in the patient which are getting taking this chemotherapeutic agent, wound healing will be delayed because it is responsible for inhibition of cell synthesis, and it is also responsible for the inhibition of this collagen synthesis. And in this way, this chemotherapeutic agent is also responsible for delayed wound healing. Now anticoagulant drugs. अगर anticoagulant drug आप दे रहे हैं, then coagulation, no proper coagulation is there, blood clot will be present, and that blood clot is a good source of infection. So try to avoid this using these type of things like this anticoagulant, chemotherapeutic agent, anti-inflammatory drugs. At least you should know that why these agents are responsible for this. And most NSAIDs lower resistance to infection and ultimately delay healing. But हमको NSAIDs देना ही होता है to avoid this inflammation. बहुत लंबे समय तक हम करते हैं, but ये wound healing को delay करता है. Systemic diseases is also plays very important role, like uremia. Delay this fibroblastic proliferation. Diabetes, hyperglycemia मैंने आपको बताया. So these type of things, these are the important factors: medication, systemic disease, local factor, and systemic factor. And these are the very important factor. You have to think about this while treating any wound. Now, management of wound Contusion, hematoma. Contusion, no need to do more about this. Simply apply cold and astringent to minimize this extravasation, just extravasation, hematoma. Just you remove whatever blood collection will be there and open and treat accordingly. Then open wound is important. Suturing, use of this antibiotic, local application of fly repellents. You know it very well. And role of surgeon is to avoid drying of tissue, excessive trauma, and hemorrhage. Whenever you are going to put incision, or try to avoid excessive trauma and try to avoid hemorrhage. कोशिश करिए कि hemorrhage जो है कम हो. And rest of the things you know very well. If wound margin is large, then suture, application of suture, and this suture should be supported up to healing time, and that healing time is 8 to 14 days. This is important for you people. Please remember this healing time is 8 to 14 days. So at least you should apply the suture material for more than 8. You can give you can apply suture for 10 days, 12 days. And accordingly, fly repellent is important, antibiotic is important to prevent systemic infection. You know very well. No need to explain it in detail. Now contaminated wound. A fresh wound gets contaminated when it is more than 4 to 5 days old. And definitely what is our role for the treatment of this wound? तो जो contaminated wound है उसको हम convert करें clean closed wound में, so that healing is started. Now septic wound. These are the some basic principles. What you will do for this septic wound or infected wound? For septic wound and infected wound, debridement. Debridement is very important. First of all, you remove all the dead tissue and all the pus, whatever present there, debride all the things. Then lavage, already I have discussed. Lavage by this isotonic normal saline solution, it will increase. It will decrease this microbial load. Then drainage of wound. Drainage of wound should be proper. If you are treating a wound and if proper drainage is not there, then accumulation of pus, blood clots will be there, and that is good source of infection. So proper drainage. If you are sometimes what we used to do, we used to insert one tube so that proper drainage is there. Then next one is antimicrobial therapy. Then sterile protective bandaging should be there. So these are the things you know very well. And these are the some management, treatment, symptoms of the wound. Now question session will be start.